Hello, welcome to White Davy Gardening and Worm Farm. If you like my channel, please press the subscribe button. So it's Friday again, which means that it is time to maintain my red wiggler bins. Now, because I have been so busy, I have one set of my bins that haven't had any attention in the last 2 weeks, going on to 3 weeks. So I was a bit worried about them because I don't know where these pine cones coming from. I was a bit worried about them because I was concerned about the moisture levels in the bin. But as I'm going through the bin, I can see that most of the bins that I've gone through so far, they do have a reasonable amount of moisture. Some of them are a little too dry, some of them are drier than they should be. But in the 2 weeks that I haven't looked after them, they still have enough moisture so that the worms can be okay, which is excellent. So I'm just aerating this bin. It has a lot of moisture in there. It's actually moister than I expected it to be by far, because it looked as if I moistened it maybe yesterday or a day or two. I am amazed though at how fast these guys are composting the materials in this bin. Usually after I've harvested the worms from outdoors in August, September, in this case September, their rate of production would have slowed down. But as you can see, there's quite a lot of castings in here. Apart from the cardboard that was on the top and a few sticks and stuff that are in here, they have pretty much gone through everything in this bin. And I created this bin in September. But they are doing very well, much to my surprise and delight. So I'm just gonna aerate the bin, and as I come across undesirables, I'll just take them out as usual. And I'm trying to get these cardboards down on the bottom of the bin, because if they're on the bottom of the bin, they will be moist and the worms are better able to consume them. So that is my goal. Now you may notice that this bin tends to have a lot of large undesirable particles in here, and that is because the material that is in here is what was in my outdoor worm bin. And so all of the plants that get rooted out gets thrown into that worm bin, as you can see. And the worms take the time and work on it, along with all the food scraps and other things that is produced in the yard. So it's not really a bin that is easy for the worms to process, because it is underneath a tree, or it was underneath the tree. That's where the outdoor bin is, under the tree. And so when the leaves from those, or the branches from those trees fall, they tend to fall into that worm bin. So these bins tend to have a lot of large particles that will not be processed. so I just take those out as I go. The worms are looking quite happy though. These bins are on the shelves that are closest to the ground. I think this is just one tier up from the ground is where this particular bin is kept. And despite temperatures cooling off outside, the bin tends to be okay. For the sake of the cardboard, I want to moisten the bin, but the processed part of the bin is very moist. So I'm afraid to add any moisture to it and then end up with the bin becoming too soggy. Although the papers and cardboard would definitely absorb some of the moisture, but I don't want the castings itself to become soggy. You know, they don't really take a long time to process paper, which means that in a month or two they can actually finish processing whatever is in this bin. So for that reason too, I don't want the bin to be soggy, and even if the bin is soggy, chances are your worms won't be able to breathe properly because the airflow would have been restricted. So I don't want to make the bin too soggy. So I think I'm just going to put the cardboard on the bottom of the bin and put the damp material on top of it and let it absorb some of the moisture. And then further on, I can start wetting this bin again. I've got quite a bit of bins to go through today. Okay, and with that, I am finished with this bin. Okay, so this is what I am working on for now. As you can see, I have the doors up for some sections of the worm shelf. So I just need to put on the door. It's already been made, so I just need to put the door on for this lower section on this shelf, and then this shelf is complete. And then I just need to put the door on for this upper section, and then this shelf will be complete. So after I get that done, this shelf should be mice proof. So if you enjoy this video and you'd like to see more videos than this, please take a moment to give me a thumbs up. You can leave a comment in the section below. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and turn on your notification for more updates like these. Thank you so much for watching, and have yourself a wonderful day. Yeah man, a time for grow.